Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I'm here with day 20 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. And this is our sketch that we'll be using today, and it is from Isabel Alvarado. And her YouTube channel is Izzibel Scraps, and it's Izzibel Scraps, and that is going to be below in the description box, as well as everybody else who is hopping along with this hop. Hop along with the hop. Here is the sketch up close, and it has a 4x6, two 2x2s, and a bunch of clusters, couple layers, and a border. And the Dotty About Flair prompt is a patterned background, and I do have a patterned background. It's about as minimalist on patterned background as you can get, but it is what is going to work for my layout, and officially it is a pattern. It is the pattern of a piece of paper. So this is my daughter's graduation. We were on our way, and it's me and my husband. My son's in the back with my daughter. She's in her cap and gown. It's in 2020. That is my Dotty About Flair, and those are her school colors. And so it's in 2020, and so we did a drive-up graduation. So it was a matter of you pull up to the school, you get out, and your family member can give you your diploma, or if there's a staff member who's willing to do the same, they can also. So I pulled a ton of school supply and graduation stickers. I've got a coordination paper, and then I've got this Paper Studio thread, as well as a blue thread, and then I'm hoping to get all of that on the layout. So let's see how this goes. So first I cut the branding strip off my coordination paper, and this is called black paper. I think it's called black. Black notebook. And this solid blue just was an 8.5 by 11, and I cut it down to 10, so it's 8.5 by 10. And in the sketch, the paper in the middle is a little bit smaller, like not as deep, but I'm okay with that. I needed to make sure I had enough space for all the goodies I wanted to put on this layout. So I mat my main picture, and then I mat the smaller ones, and I did mat them on the same color. It looks like they're the same color in the sketch, and I could have changed it up, but I really just wanted to stick with the blue and the yellow because, like I said, those are her school colors. So I went ahead and I covered up the staff member in this other picture. The first little picture is her and her dad, him giving her her diploma, and then the other one is her and one of the staff at her school. And since I did not ask, I didn't want to just stick their picture out there. So I get the kind of eyeball, and I move things around a little, and I decide I'm good with where the main picture is going, and I eyeball center it. Because if you know me at all, I don't do a whole lot of measuring. I kind of fly by the seat of my pants. I didn't really plan this out much before I sat down to do this video, and that is how I roll. And if I hadn't edited, it was about 48 minutes long, and part of that was me leaving my desk to go check on my son because he was taking the dog out and screamed. And so, of course, I had to go check. No matter how important scrapbooking is, my son's safety is a little more. So, honestly, this probably could have taken me about 30 minutes had I not had any distractions, or when I use that thread, it takes me a little while. So at first I put these down, and they're in different places because my face is further up on the picture than my husband's. And so I'll end up fixing that because it looks ridiculous that way to me. So I need something at the top of this layout because there is a scallop or a torn bit at the top of the paper on the sketch. And I decided, instead of tearing the blue, one, because I've already tacked it down, and two, because I wanted a little bit of a difference in color right there, I took this black torn piece and I put it black, all of the black part facing forward. When you tear this white core paper, you get this really gorgeous tear, but I didn't want that white because it's going on white. And I could have inked it in a blue or something, but I really just didn't want to do that. So I cut off the excess, and then I am trying to figure out exactly what I want to do. I considered taking this yellow and white, it's thread. It is a pack from Hobby Lobby. My dear friend Sarah just sent it to me today in the mail. Oh, this says it's twine. Doesn't seem that thick to me, but it seems more embroidery thread, which is good with me because it's flexible. Then it is yellow and white braided twine. And then I took some blue twine, or blue embroidery thread, and I braided it, which also took me about 10 minutes because I was distracted and had to redo it once. And so I taped that down in the back, and then I put some washi on it so it would give it a little extra security. And I really like the way that looks. I'm hoping that you all can see the braid a little bit better in the up-close pictures at the end of this video. So, because it's not a lovely, perfect braid, because, you know, I don't do things that way. It's kind of scattered, and, I mean, it looks good. I like it, but you know, that's just how I am. So I get the pictures where I finally get the pictures where I want them, and I pull out all my embellishments, and I have tons of school embellishments. I have 2 kids and a passion for scrapbook accessories and things. So I've bought a ton of things in my life, and I'm already done with my daughter's, this is going to sound weird, middle school and high school book. And I am done with my son's elementary and the beginning of his middle school book because he's still in it. And so really all I have left is her elementary school, which isn't a lot because, you know, I didn't have a cell phone at that time, or at least not a picture phone, you know, like an iPhone or something. So I don't have as many pictures from school. I mean, I have pictures of her school age, but not necessarily of school. So I don't need a bajillion embellishments. So I go ahead and get all of these out and just start putting things down. And I try and even out like color schemes. I'm trying to do mostly blue and yellow. Obviously the school bus is a little more on the orangey side, and I'm okay with that. But I try and even things out. Like I put a round thing on one side, I put a round thing on another, something from one collection. There is a microscope right there that I put down, and then to even that out from the same collection is this little assignment book that's got that same silver border on it. And so just trying to even it out like that. So it's not super bulky and 3D on one side and super flat on the other. So then I get these super cute little thumbtacks out, and I only use the yellow and blue. The blue I try and tuck in where it's white on that lined paper, and the yellow I just tuck in wherever, and I will come back and add a couple more. I just wanted to hold off on tucking those in until I knew where I needed like a little coverage. And then there's these cute little pencils, and I thought about using the orange ones, not just the blue ones, but it just wasn't going to work for me. I didn't really like, it was a different shade of orange than the orange on the school bus and the clock. So I just said, forget that. And so then I decided just to title this page My Graduation, and it'll be in our 2020 chronological book. She's the only, well, I mean, she's not the only one in our family who graduated, but she's the only one in my household that graduated from high school. So I mat it on the same shade of yellow that the pictures are matted on, and then I put it up on some foam tape, and then I put that on white so it'll stand out, and then just put it right there in the middle. And I do really like the way that that looks. So next I'm going to get my flare out, and I put some fun foam behind there, just a little small piece of it. You don't need a whole lot. One layer of the foam is all you need, and it is the perfect depth to go inside the fun foam and make it flat on the page. So I decided I'm going to put it, even though it's going to throw off my circular fantasticness on this layout, I go ahead and put it down over on the right side, and I have the lines going the same way the lines are on the paper in the background. So then I get these They're cap and gown, and I tuck those in. They're Miss Grossman's. I just tuck those places, and then I get this Female Grad by Jolie's dimensional stickers, and I put her down on here, and I know that she's in a black cap and gown, and my daughter is in blue, but A, the blue would have disappeared, B, I didn't have blue, and C, I don't care. I mean, she's in a cap and gown. It's pretty obvious, what's going on. Plus that's the other reason I wanted that black strip at the top. It will bring that in. And I took the tassel from this collection and put it hanging from the little thread up at the top. I just liked having a little something there because I wasn't planning on adding anything else to that upper part of the layout. So after I get all these bits and goodies, flat stickers, dimensional stickers, I mean everything. Books, I use Jolie's and Miss Grossman's, Francis Myers, Stickabilities, and that may be all, but I use a whole lot of different stuff. So I get out my Carpe Diem beautiful stickers, and these are flat, and I got the word phrases out. And the first one I put down says I can and I will. Then I pull one out and move it down about an inch or so, and it says make today amazing. And then I get one more from this line of stickers, and it says I love you to the moon and back, which is something that we say to each other. And then I was planning on pulling my Tim Holtz Small Talk out, which is behind there, and using phrases from there to go in between. That's why I spaced them so that it would be like every other one. But then when I get towards the back, first I'm going to pull this little arrow, and it's got a black top on it, and it says woohoo. And that is her daddy right there, handing her diploma, and that is definitely a sentiment that fits. A woohoo. So I get to this page and see those cursive words, and I just love them. I think they're really pretty, and it just simply says celebrate, and then the next one I pull off says remember, and it does cover a part of a star that's on there, but I'm perfectly fine with that. The stars were just a little extra embellishment to put down to even out the right side. So, and I love the way that looks. So I put those away and decided not to use any more word phrases. And I pull out my Park Lane gemstones in yellow and blue, of course. And I put there's a book next to my graduation. It's kind of hard to see. You could see the white part of it in the bottom. But I just wanted to add a little bit of bling right there. And then I just put two more clusters, one over by the woohoo and one down in the directly below that, underneath the telescope. Microscope. I did it again. Microscope. I know what that is, you all, I promise. So I get a dark blue pen out and I write. Now this coordination paper is bumpy, textured, whatever you want to call it. So it's perfectly legible, but it is so hard to write on those things. And I could have written in a moonlight pen on the blue, but it's lined paper. It's meant to be written on. So I wrote my journal with the date and just talked about how we'd gone on a hike, and then we went to go pick up her graduation stuff, and just a simple little note about that. And that's it. So now I'm going to show you the close-ups. I hope you all will go below in the description and hop along with all the amazing scrappers who are creating these layouts. Some are doing them daily. Some are doing them a couple of this month. Some are doing them just hit and miss, whatever inspires them. See, there is that braid. I love how it turned out. So I hope you all will come back and watch the next video tomorrow on the 21st for another awesome sketch. And I also hope that you all are enjoying these. So please comment below, hit the like, subscribe if you haven't. And if you have, thank you so much. I really appreciate you all hanging out with me. I love to scrapbook and I love to have people come with me. Have a great day and happy scrapping.